everybody, welcome back to another video as the African Champions League returned with a bang with the first leg of the quarter-final stage complete. You know how it is, the African version of the UEFA Champions League. Always drama, always stories, always big, juicy goals. And you got to say, these quarter-finals went pretty much as you'd expect them to go. Both South African teams winning, both Egyptian sides winning. Even when the draw is made, you'd expect the two Egyptians, Ahli and Pyramids, to go through. You'd expect the two South Africans, Sundowns and Pirates, to go through. Be one mammoth, hell of a semi-final lineup if it was two Egyptians and two South Africans. You could even have, an all-Egyptian final, an all-South African final. But in terms of the quarterfinals, just watched Pirates win in the 5th July Stadium against Mouloudia. Mouloudia 0, Orlando Pirates 1. Listen. The thing is about Mouloudia, they are so far ahead in the Algerian league. Like, they're going to win the league again. Financially, they've got so much pulling power. Most of the squad, apart from the keeper, has played in Europe and come back to play in Algeria. Whether it's Abdelawi at the back, whether it's Halemia, whether it's Ben Khamassa, whether it's Naiji, all these guys, Maziani, they've all played in Europe, come back. They're on big money wages. But when it comes to the big African games, and by the way, Mouloudia just about scraped through in the group stage, scraped through to second place to Al Hilal. They don't know how to do the big games. Now, that 5th July stadium was packed. They didn't play in Douala. Of course, if they did play in Douala, they'd probably have been smashing that place up. But you just expected the Pirates to win. Even though Mouloudia dominated the possession, didn't really feel like anything was going to happen with the ball. Second half, you see on the counter, Pirates scored with Nkota, assist from Mofokeng after scoring in the international break for South Africa against Lesotho, gets an assist. Didn't see too much up top though from Evidence Magopa. I thought I'd like to see a little bit more from him. Maybe the second leg will be his game. But I'd just be shocked now if Pirates threw this away. It's very hard to see Mouloudia doing something. They've got to learn from this. They've got to bounce back from this, I think, in next season's African Champions League. Cannot see them doing much when they go away to South Africa. It's a big old journey for the Algerians, from the north of Africa all the way back down to the south. Just really disappointing. Now, there was a good response having gone 1-0 down to Nkota's goal. Abdelawi scored. It looked like it was going to be 1-1. I think the Sudanese referee correctly disallowed the goal. The ball was knocked out of the goalkeeper's hand. It wasn't anything Abdelawi did, it was another player. So you can't knock the ball out of the goalkeeper's hands when he's got two hands already on it. But since that, Mouloudia just 5 minutes on every free kick, 2 minutes on every corner. There were 10 minutes added in the end. They added 8. They ended up playing to the 100th minute. You never really felt like they were going to score. And that ultimately is why you do not see the local Algerian players called up to the national team. When it matters, they do not step up. And that's why they're okay for Chan level, they're okay for the Arab Cup level, but for AFCON World Cup level, no. And that's why they've gone to Europe and they've come back, because they can't play at that level. So really disappointing from Mouloudia. So Pirates take a 1-0 lead back to South Africa next week, and another South African team won as well. That's right, the Sundowns, who were in the early kickoff, they played at home, Mamelodi Sundowns, with Ronwen Williams in goal, with McKenna in midfield, with Shadu Lily up front, and it was him, the Namibian, that got the goal that put them ahead against the Tunisians. It's only 1-0, but they've got the win, and that South African defence is going to be very hard to breach next week. As for Esperance, the Tunisians, I've got to say, there's only one man I could talk about, Yusuf Belaili. I mean, Belaili was essentially up against South Africa's goalkeeper defence in midfield, and he did nothing. And if that's Belaili against South Africa in an AFCON or in a qualifying game or in an AFCON quarter-final, he's not stepped up again. Belaili has to do more. He has to do more. The inconsistency when it comes against playing the top opposition, I do not see Belaili performing. And that's ultimately why I don't rate him in the Algeria shot either. Now listen, he can go into the second leg and prove everyone wrong and make a point. I just don't see Sundowns throwing that lead away. Two guy came back into the defence. Didn't make a difference. Ultimately, Sundowns looked in control. So, two South African wins against two teams from North Africa. They look very comfortable. They are running the show in this competition, and Pirates haven't even lost a game. Pirates played Belouizdad home and away in the group stage and won both of them. So that's 3 games against Algerian opposition, and Pirates won all 3 games. But Sundowns will be happy with that victory as well. But that game's closer, of course, because Sundowns have to go to Tunisia in the second leg in Tunis. That'll be a good watch. Elsewhere, Pyramids beat Rabat 4-1. 2 goals from the Congolese Fiston Mayele, 2 goals from the Egyptian Ibrahim Adel. You know, Rabat did get a consolation goal, but 4-1, very difficult. I mean, they're going to beat Pyramids 3-0 in Rabat. I cannot see that happening. Pyramids going very, very well. I think the top of the league in Egypt. A surprise package, a name you don't usually see in the latter stages of this tournament. Usually it's Ahli and Zamalek from Egypt, but Zamalek are in the CAF Confederation Cup, which is the African Europa League this season. 4-1, very comfortable, streets ahead. You know, if you want the big Moroccan teams, you want to see Wydad or Raja, Casablanca. I'm not sure Rabat are at that level, but 4-1 is going to take a lot to beat that. And Ahli against Al Hilal Sudan, that's probably a close one. I mean, if Ahli go away and get a goal, it's pretty much tied done. Really good goal from Mohamed Henny, bit of a stunning effort, but I think Al Hilal and Dortmund were missing a couple of key players, and that tie could be open. Now, Al Hilal are a good side. They won the group with Mouloudia. They also beat Mouloudia away this season as well in this season's competition. That's going to be a close game, but I'd still go for the two Egyptians and the two South Africans. I thought that before the first legs kicked off. I think that even more now. I think the Ahli game, maybe the Tunisia Sundowns game, something could happen, but you know, ultimately I think we all want to see a Pyramids Ahli final or a Sundowns Pirates final, and of course you've got from this competition Sundowns and Ahli heading to the FIFA Club World Cup in the summer. That's going to be a really good watch. You know, Ahli are going to be playing against Messi. Sundowns got some good games as well. We've also got Wydad from Morocco going to that competition. Esperance going to that competition. That's going to be a good one. Esperance, of course, with Belali. They'll be playing against Chelsea in the FIFA Club World Cup. So that's how we're looking domestically in Africa at the moment, but of course second legs still to come. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this season's CAF Champions League. Who's going to be your winner? Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.